Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another episode of Jash Reads. Today, we are going to be continuing to read. I was going to say Jash Reads like that's a book, but no, we're going to be continuing to read Animorphs number 11, The Forgotten by K.A. Applegate. And before I get started reading, I want to say that I'm including sponsors on these videos now. And the first ever sponsor is on. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. The first sponsor is L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future, Volume 38. Now, if you want to learn more about them and how you could even become a sponsor of one of my videos, wait until the end of this video, or if you're on the YouTubes or Patreon, links in the description. And if you're watching this on my blog, links up above, way up there. And oh, sorry, just got distracted because there's seems to be a little bit of a spider web up there. So, yeah, going to have to deal with that, after filming because, I'm not going to waste any of our time trying to deal with that. Yay. So, let's get started. 7:36 p.m. We crept, silent as a dream, through the bush, one foot in front of the other, sliding through leaves, our jaguar spots confusing to the eye, invisible. The Hork-Bajir had chopped down a clearing around the blade ship. There were Taxons crawling over and around the ship, working feverishly. The Taxons appeared to have finished work on the bug fighter. Taxons are like gigantic centipedes with raw, red, circular mouths at one end and a ring of eyes like red jello. They fit right in, Marco said. "I I was thinking the same thing. The Taxons could be rainforest natives, although, even by rainforest standards, they would have been huge." Not enough Hork-Bajir, Axe said. There should be more. Many more. They should be ringing the perimeter. I count just 5 Hork-Bajir, Rachel said. Wait, look! Inside the plane ship! Through that window! Visher 3! I stared hard and saw the outline of an Andalite head. Yeah, good. At least we know where he is. What do we do? Rachel asked. She was asking me, and I didn't happen to have any brilliant answers. Okay, we know Visher 3 needs the bug fighter to get back to our time, right? And we have the computer core, so we can't use the bug fighter without us. So we could bargain with him, but he can't be trusted. Or we could sneak aboard the blade ship and just leave the computer core where he can find it. If he just happens to find the computer core lying around, he's going to know how it got there, and he's going to know what we're up to, Marco said. Time is running out, Hack said. If we stow away on the blade ship but don't get Visher 3 the computer core, we're trapped here, along with him, Cassie pointed out. I felt like my head was swimming. Somehow I just hoped there would be an answer at the end. But there wasn't. Look, I don't know, all right? I yelled. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't have any magic answer. Jake, You're supposed to be our fearless leader, Marco said. I swear, I almost lost it right then. If we'd both been in human form, I might have punched Marco. I never said I was anyone's leader. I never asked to lead anything. Why do I have to know the answers? You don't, Marco. You don't, Rachel. Oh, man. Marco groaned. Jake, you can't lose it, man. We need you. I was about to say something very rude when Cassie interrupted. Something has been bothering me. Why is Jake the only one who had those flashes? We all exist in both places at once, right? So why is he the only one who had jungle hallucinations? The question hit me like a sledgehammer. Of course, it made no sense. I should have seen it. Should have. There were too many should haves. Axe! I remembered asking him if there was some other way to get back. I remembered the way he avoided answering. Axe, what do you know that you're not saying? What do I know? He answered evasively. What do you know or guess? Prince Jake, as I said, I know very little about Sario Rips. I was preoccupied by Axe. You call me your prince. Fine, I'm your prince. So answer my question. Prince Jake, it's possible that you are. I mean, it's possible that you are the only real person here. The rest of us may only be memory. I, I felt a chill. What are you talking about? We may not actually be here. Not really. I mean, yes, we were here in one timeline, but that timeline was later erased. Erased? Who erased this timeline? You, Prince Jake. It is possible that only you will escape from this timeline. You may go back alone and alter everything so that none of this ever really happens. Sorry, my voice is just really starting to break for some reason, so sorry. Okay, hopefully that fixes everything. Okay, I'm going to go back to Axe's answer so things, flow a little better. You, Prince Jake, it is possible that only you will escape from this timeline. You may go back alone and alter everything so that none of this ever really happens. Is it just me, or is this truly insane? Marco asked. Axe, how would I be the only one to escape this timeline? We think the way to get back to our own time involves repeating the Dracon beam accident that caused the Sario Rip, right? Maybe, Prince Jake, that may not be the only way. Axe said, there may be uh, another way. I didn't want to say anything because I wasn't sure, and hey! Tobias interrupted sharply. Visher 3 in the window over there? I just saw him wobble, like a TV picture with interference. It's not him, it's a projection. A decoy, Rachel said. Suddenly, I saw my terrible mistake. Visher 3 knew that 8:54 was the cutoff. He knew, and he figured we knew too. So we knew that we'd show up either at the bug fighter or the blade ship trying to beat that deadline. He knew we'd try to hide out aboard one of the two ships. That's why he had his creatures drag the bug fighter through the forest to be alongside the blade ship. So we'd have only one place to go. So he'd know exactly where we'd be before 8:54. It's a trap. I yelled, "It's a trap. He's expecting us." And at that very moment, we heard his voice in our heads. 5 cats and a bird. This will be too easy. And that's the end of that chapter. So, hang on, let me make sure I did things correctly. Doop, 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 doop. Okay. Now, there's something I noticed this time around reading that, I couldn't have possibly picked up on my first reading. For some reason, it didn't click when I was doing my reread when I, got back in the series as an adult. But I'm going to say things as non spoiler as possible so you know to look out for something, but you know what or where. But when Jake says early on in this chapter that, hey, him and Marcus are point out that Texans sort of fit in with the rainforest. I just want I'm not going to say how that pays off or how far into the series, but take a mental note of it, and you'll see something pop up later on. And if you have read the series, have completed it, and that thing has suddenly just clicked for you, you know, you're welcome. Just woo. So yeah, so let's see, for this video's question, God, I don't know what happened with my voice there, but Axe mentions near the end of the chapter that there's another way to get through this, the Sario Rip to get back to their own time. I would like you to comment below and guess about what that other way might be. I and the Because I'm not going to do spoilers. I'm not Just be aware, if I like your comment, that doesn't mean you're right. And I'm not going to comment about how close or how far you are from the actual answer. And if I'm not, not going, and if you get the correct answer, I'm not going to, tell you. So, woo. So now you can also comment below with anything else you noticed about this chapter. Something, say, I didn't mention. Start a nice little discussion down there. But remember, no spoilers, no major spoilers. I am hoping against hope that people get back into Animorphs or rediscover Animorphs because of these videos. So, yeah. And if you would like your very own copy of Animorphs number 11, The Forgotten by K.A. Applegate, link is in the description. Link is Amazon Associates link, so the actual creators, Kay Applegate and Michael Grant, both get paid, and I also get a little something from the purchase, so you know help the say thank you to the actual creators of the series by giving them money, and give me a little thank you too. So yay. And if you would like to talk to me outside of these videos, Link below to my Twitter. It's Jashikins, and just be aware that I don't have the whole no spoiler policy over there. So if you don't want something spoiled, just tell me. No. And I have a Patreon, so if you want to help support me and all I do, link is, down below if you're on the YouTubes. And if you're on my bloggy blog, link is somewhere over there, wherever. And I am also releasing my own original series. It's a grimdark superhero reverse harem series. The fourth book in the series is now up for pre-order. But if you want to bypass that and read it straight away, the paperback version is available for purchase. But just be aware, the Kindle version 99 cents and the paperback version is $6. So yeah, just be aware of that. And now we get to the sponsor section. Now, God, I, so the sponsor for this video is L. Ron Hubbard presents Writers of the Future, Volume 38. And I'm going to read the little blurb of it. So, yeah. In the world of science fiction, this anthology stands out for three reasons: the stories, the art, the extra. Which will you love most? Standing on the shoulders of giants, these writers of the future have earned their place in the hollowed pages of Volume 38. With 25 award winning authors and illustrators, this collection is a masterwork. These diverse stories will fill you with wonder and new ideas, and a few just might break your heart. Just imagine it's game on. The fate of the universe is on the line, and you're about to go all in. Saving the mammoths is in your hands. Can you conjure the magic to make it happen? You've got a monster BFF whom you're hiding from your own monster hunting family. You're part of a sting out to catch some bar hoppers who are not only bending their elbows, but bending time as well. And much more. Think you've seen it all? Think again. The beautiful art and writing tips by Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson, Frank Herbert, L. Ron Hubbard, and Diane Dillon are just as wonderful as the collection of stories. How would you like to know the single most important piece of advice from the author of Dune? Volume 38 is a treasure. You'll love this collection from past and future science fiction masters because these stories are the best of the year, handpicked by your favorite authors. And I'm going to lead out the I'm going to read out the list of authors, but I think maybe one or two I might not, get the pronunciation really correct. So sorry in advance. The all-star panel of judges, including Brandon Sanderson, Orson Scott Card, Ninindi Okorafor, Robert J. Sawyer, and Jody Lynn Nye. Get it now. And to get it now, if you're watching this on the YouTubes or Patreon, link is in the description. And if you're watching this on my blog, link is up there. And oh yeah, I did promise you that I would tell you how you could become a sponsor. And you can do that there's a link in the description if you're on the YouTube and Patreon, and link up above if you're, watching on my blog. And if you follow the link, you just order the gig, book promotion gig, and then you have to add the sponsor extra. So again, click on the link to become a sponsor, you know, get then click the gig extra to sponsor and then order the gig and ta-da. So yeah, if you're an indie author who's just, trying to get your book off the ground, trying to get your book announced to bunch of people to find new readers, hey, I'm here for you. I'm I'm an indie author myself, and authors have to support other authors, and yeah. So that will be all for today. There was just checking the bird feeder. So yeah. And I hope you're having a good day, that you stay safe. And next week I'm actually going to my mom, so it might be a little bit of a wait for the next episode Jash reads, and I know that might kill some of you because we ended on a cliffhanger where it seems like Fisher 3 is about to kill all our heroes, and Axe has said, "Oh yeah, there's another way." Oh no, the plotter interrupted me from telling you. So, bye.